Hi, my name is Coco. I'm the parent educator at Show and Tell, and here's what you need to know about removals. First, I want to talk about the 3 different types of removals. So there's a short-term removal, and that's no more than 10 school days unless there's been a disciplinary change of placement. Then there's a long-term removal, and that's more than 10 school days and can be done if the behavior has been determined to not be due to the child's disability or the school's failure to implement the IEP. Then there's a pattern or informal removal, and that's when there's removals more than 10 school days in a school year, or the student has been subjected to a series of removals that constitutes a pattern. A really good example of this is something I see pretty often in my work, where a school calls a parent to pick their kid up multiple days a week, every week for the entire school year. That would definitely constitute a pattern, and that's a series of informal removals. Now, what counts as a removal? Out-of-school suspensions, expulsions, and removal to an interim alternative educational setting. This can be a setting like home, a hospital, residential placement, a juvenile detention center. Wherever the child is, those services by the 11th day need to be brought to the student. In-school suspensions, unless the answer to each of the following questions is yes. So will the student be able to appropriately participate in the general education curriculum? Will the student be able to receive the services specified in the IEP? And then will the student be able to participate with children without disabilities to the extent identified by the IEP? If the answer to all of these questions is yes, it doesn't count as a removal. However, if the answer to any one of those questions is a no, that still counts as a removal. Another way is a partial day counts as a removal. And then bus suspensions, in fact, count as a removal if transportation is listed on the IEP as a related service and the school does not provide alternative transportation, even if the student otherwise makes it to school. Now, what does not count as a removal? Lunch detention, after-school detention, and timeout. If you have questions about your specific situation, feel free to contact Show and Tell with the information listed on the screen. And that's what you need to know about removals. Thanks so much for listening.